Okay, this video is just going to be fuzzy. It's just not light enough in here, and it's, let's see, it's 4:30, so the sun's already, you know, kind of coming down. So this is going to be fuzzy video, and maybe that's best, because I have something important to say. First, I got a few Dollar Tree, it's about $1.03, that's about what it is, Dollar Tree things, and then a couple of Walmart things that I think are cute too. All right. This is actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's 24-hour moisturizing, but I went ahead and opened it as soon as I left the store. I had a few minutes and I opened it to see if I liked it because my hands were really dry. Let's look at them. Yeah, they're not as dry and flaky as they were. One of my problems is I wash my hands all the time. I'm a hand washer, and you know, dealing with cat litter, dealing with cat food, dealing with cats in general. You know, if I'm dealing with their food and my food at the same time, so I'm washing my hands constantly, you know. So I just do a lot of hand washing, and then when I'm out and about, I'm washing my hands or using sanitizer, which is very drying. So my hands definitely don't look as dry as they did. I'll tell you what's better than this. Jenny and I were discussing, because one day I showed what was that brand that I was getting rid of? Is it Eucerin? It's supposed to be super moisturizing. I don't really, to me, it's just real sticky. But what's really good is, I think Gold Bond makes some really, really good moisturizing lotions. I use occasionally, my client, I've got 2 different clients that are actually, I don't have many clients at all. And 2 of them, I think I have 4 clients and one's my dad. So 2 of the 4 have this Gold Bond lotion, and it's very moisturizing. So it's better than this, but you know, $1.25. You can't hardly beat that. And this is actually a good size. Their lotions are usually pretty small. So this is 12 ounces, Pro Silk 24-hour moisturizing body lotion. I'll tell you, the smell is wonderful. I can't figure out what it is, but I have smelled it before and it smells really good, but it disappears almost immediately. So I put it on my hands, and I mean, if you can't do smells, almost immediately it's gone. So I can do some smells, and something about vanilla I can't really be around, but some smells I can do fine. But this, I was kind of sad that it went away immediately because it really smelled good. But anyway, it says creamy cashmere with nourishing oils and butters. I think this is Canada. Yeah, this is made in Canada. So Jenny, you're going to tell me, do you ever see the Pro Silk line there? They have body washes, they have shampoos. So I think that means they also have conditioners. And the shampoos and conditioners are really big. I don't think I've ever used them, and I don't think. And they've come out with a new line of body washes that looks like the other body washes, the personal care that I show a lot. They've got a line of Pro Silk body washes too. All right, so there's that. If you're really suffering with dry skin, look into that Gold Bond. I meant to pick that up while I was at Walmart, and then I just, you know, on the way home, I was like, oh shoot, I meant to get that. But this is okay. This is not terrible, okay? Not terrible. All right, these are so cute, and I love hot cocoa. If you know me, this is from Spothecary brand. If you know me at all, I drink hot cocoa every day of my life, including all hot summer long. I make my own. So hot cocoa, and then this one is sugar plum. So this is sealed, so I can't tell you if it smells good. It sounds wonderful to me. So these are body scrubs, 6 ounces. And I don't really do a body scrub, but I think one thing I'm gonna do is put the body scrub on my hands, because my hands are really dry right here and right here. These are the worst. It's dry all over, but right here, right here. Oh, also my thumbs right here and right here. And interesting thing about that, I used to, when this all started years ago, I used to work at a cleaners, and we had to do safety pins, and something about that just made that, and this super dry. So they've been dry ever since. It's not, in the summer, it's not a big deal. In the winter, it's just, as soon as winter starts. So anyway, I did open this one, but I was thinking about putting the body scrub on my hands and see if it would kind of help with that flaking stuff that's going on. I just want to tell you, I just peeled it back enough to sniff it when I was in the car. Luscious. It smells luscious. It just really smells good. Really good. So I'm betting the sugar plum smells great, but like I said, it's a gift for my friends. And then this was a 3-pack, and it was interesting to me. I've never seen this brand, but it says Fresh Tangerine. But both of these are, doesn't they say, yeah, cleansing foam. So I guess it's a facial cleanser. And then this is some kind of spray. Let me go ahead and open this. No, it's, oh, I see. It's sort of slitting on the side. It's not supposed to do that. Anyway, it's a nice little gift pack. So it says it's a 3-pack. And it's like, yeah, but 2 things are exactly the same. So it says fresh tangerine cleansing foam. So that's what 2 of them look like. So it's a tiny amount. So 1.05 ounces. So you've got 2. So a little over 2 ounces of that. And then it's hard. This is really hard to read. What does it say? Fresh tangerine mist. All I can see is where it says mist. It's impossible to read. And you see it? That's exactly what it looks like when I'm trying to read it. You can't read it for the way the bottle is. Anyway, I'm not really much on mist or body mist or whatever that's supposed to be. Let me open this and see. This is sealed. I'm going to go ahead. Let me make sure the other one's sealed because I think I'm going to give my friend this too because y'all know I don't need any more cleanser. Yeah, they're both sealed. Okay, I'll open this one and I'll give her the sealed one. This better smell like tangerines. Now, come on. Okay, what? Okay, that's a downer. Don't buy it if you like tangerines. I can vaguely, I don't know. And feel it, cleansing foam. It feels like massage face with foam and rinse off thoroughly. Fresh tangerine from our nature helps to reveal fresher, brighter, and lively looking skin. Well, this is made in Korea. Okay, that's interesting because a lot of people really like Korean facial products. So that is very interesting. That's not China. I wish they would do more with the Korean. I know there's some things that have come into the store that were made in Korea, but I wish they would do that because people love Korean. I don't know much about it, but people rave about it. So anyway, I'll let you know if I think about it. I just can't smell tangerines at all. I was expecting a nice fresh tangerine smell, which would have been lovely, right? Okay, well anyway, and so it said 3-pack, but like I said, it's really 2 things. It's 3 things, but 2 are exactly the same. But anyway, cute packaging, cute little body mist, whatever. Or I guess it's a facial. I guess that would be a facial mist. I can't read the directions. It's hard to say. So there's the 3-pack. This was actually hanging on one of those clip strips, but it was in the makeup area with the makeup, and then the what do you call those things? All the facial stuff. My mind is gone. I want to tell y'all this story before Spencer gets home. So, because it's gonna make me, I'm probably gonna cry a little bit. I'm just gonna tell you ahead of time. I'm probably gonna cry a little bit. Something spectacular happened to me today. So y'all know that I have said very nice things about my dentist. I didn't show you the Walmart stuff. I am crazy about my dentist. I'll show you this real quick. I'm crazy about my dentist. Totally crazy about him. He is the nicest person. He has been so spectacularly nice to me. Not even kidding. Okay, so there's Rudolph. I thought this was adorable. And look at this. How often do you get something on the back too? So it says, "Oh dear, Christmas is here." And this is like this fabric stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like almost like it's sewn on or something. Is that the way it is? Let me see. Yep. Or maybe it's a patch. Let me see. It's like this on the inside. On the inside. So and it's the same with this part. So this is what is that, like screen print or whatever that is, and then this is fabric. It's cool. It's cool as it can be. So this was around $20, which is a lot. Y'all know I don't like to spend a lot on clothes, but I saw this last week and I was like, you know, that brings me back to my childhood, I gotta tell you. And then I looked and I found this for, I feel like this is new Stitch. Look how grumpy he is. I think the old Stitch was much cuter, but nonetheless, my niece loves Stitch, so she usually wears around, she's a little, she used to be the same size as me, but she's bigger, so I got her a medium. So it's actually, you know, Disney Stitch. Really cute, and there's nothing on the back of that, of course. And that was, I don't think they had a price on here. What was it? I think it was around $9, which I didn't think that was bad. Not bad for a Disney product. All right. Also bought a couple of pairs of jeans for myself because I still haven't gained weight. I've gained some weight since Mom died because I just lost, in 2 months, if that had kept going on, I don't know what I would have done. Honestly, I have no idea. Because I I could not eat. It was horrible. I looked about like a skeleton when it was over with. Okay, so anyway, back to my dentist. Y'all know I've been in there, what, like every 2 or 3 weeks for months, right? This all started, I think, in June or July. So I've known his wife for, since like the year 2000. I don't know her well, but I know him now. I've been in there so much. I know him a lot better than I know her. But I have known her for a long time. And because we were at the same churches. We were at one church together, and then that blew up, and then we were at the church that we left a few years ago that I left the same time that this couple, my dentist and his wife, left. And I told y'all that I really held him in high esteem because he had not bowed down to that pastor, and so many other people. The pastor, I don't know if I really told you, the pastor got up in the pulpit and lied, and I knew when he was. I shouldn't even have known, but I could just tell that he was lying because what he was saying didn't make sense to me. I did not know that he'd been caught plagiarizing years before and had supposedly stopped. You know how that goes. You've supposedly stopped your bad behavior. Well, he went back to it. He got up in the pulpit. He completely lied. He said, those were old sermons that I accidentally, really pulled out and used. You didn't know you didn't write them? You know what I'm saying? You didn't know you didn't write these sermons? I mean, this guy, word for word, the entire sermon. And I watched so many so-called godly men fall down and just let this guy continue on. The guy is still preaching. I mean, he should be gone, right? He should be gone. Well, that's not what happened. My dentist and his wife, gone. Spencer and me, gone. Okay, a lot of people got mad and left. It wasn't like a huge, church splits are interesting. They happen usually over time. So I think a lot of people did leave prior to, because there were other issues. This wasn't the only issue. Some left prior to, and then some left later, so it would be like in layers. This group leaves, and then this group leaves, and then this, you know what I'm saying? Because as more people get more information or they're watching, like for me, nobody actually had to tell me he was lying. I knew, because I started crying when he was talking. I was like, this is the end. This right here, whatever is going on right now, this is the end. I didn't know he had plagiarized. I had a lot of friends that knew, but nobody had told me. And to that I said, if I had known that, I would have never gone there. I really, our lives would have been very different. I would not have gone there. Now, having said all that, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did go there. Just for a lot of reasons. It taught me a lot. I gotta tell you, it taught me a lot. There were a lot of things I learned there. There were a lot of fake people there. A lot of fake people. And just some, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. There was a lot of money there. Spencer and I are very financially stable, but we are not what anybody would term wealthy, or we do not project ourselves that way. I would say we probably have more money than we would ever put off. We don't put off any sort of money vibe. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we do, because we're just very simple people, very simple. And it's kind of funny because my dentist actually, dentists make very good money. He does very well. They lived in a ginormous house. I used to go over there before I even really knew him. I think it was before I started going to him. I went to a Bible study at his house. Huge. And his wife decorates beautifully. It's just a beautiful, beautiful home. They've moved and they've actually downsized because the kids left, and I think they just were sick of the house being that big. So they kind of downsized some, so I haven't seen the new house. But anyway, all that to say, even with him living in a house like that, I find him to be very down to earth, and he dresses, y'all, he's preppy. He dresses real cute. He's just very preppy, but he's very down to earth, and I can relate to him really easily as if I've just known him a long time. I feel like I've just known him forever. So, besides all the deaths that we dealt with, so we had we had 3 cats and then Ranger, all passing away within months of each other. In the year 2024, we had 4 pets pass away. And y'all know, Ranger got cancer. We thought things were okay. The pathology came back great. And then boom, cancer everywhere, all over his lungs, couldn't breathe. So anyway, put him to sleep. We put him to sleep about a month before my mom got sick, which is, that time is coming up right now. So a few weeks ago is to the year is when we put Ranger to sleep. And now in 2 weeks, we're going to have Thanksgiving of this year, 2025. So that was all terrible. And then 2 weeks later, I don't know what you guys remember, but 2 weeks after that, it was pretty much 2 weeks before Mom went to the hospital. So it was Ranger, and then 2 weeks later, Cricket. Had to put her to sleep. She wasn't well, and for months I had known she wasn't well, but then it was kind of like, boom, that's it. We've got to put her to sleep right now. And then it was like 2 weeks later, Thanksgiving, and Mother wasn't right. And I said, don't you think you need to go to the emergency room? And she's like, why? Everything's fine. It's like, well, you can't walk. And that's when we found out it was the kidneys and the infections and the this and the that, whatever. So then I think exactly 2 months later, I think she went to the hospital on the 29th, and I think on January 29th, she passed away. So November 29th to January 29th. So anyway, this is all a rerun. If you've been around for a while, I'm sorry to rerun it. But so anyway, back to the dentist, I had, all of that death going on, and then extenuating circumstances having to do with my dad. And there's some things I can't discuss because I don't know who watches this channel and who doesn't want to watch this channel. I just don't want to offend people. So there are some other issues that I just can't talk about. None of them having anything to do with Spencer at all. I do want to say that it has nothing to do. Spencer and I are getting along great. Has nothing to do with him. We have a very solid marriage. Don't worry about that. But just a lot of extenuating circumstances. Y'all know I've been stressed about my dad, but Dad's actually doing pretty good. Not perfect, but he's 94. He just turned 94. So anyway, so I was at the dentist today. Interestingly, this had nothing to do with the crown. The crown is, I would say it's not 100%. I would say it's probably about 95%. And I think I just want to leave it alone at this point because it's not really hurting. If I press over here and it was on the inside where it was hurting. If I press over here on my gum, if I kind of press pretty hard, I can feel something tender. But on the other hand, why would you be pressing on that? But there's been a situation with my retainer. So I can't wear the retainer all the time. The girl said, oh, just bring it in. We'll fix it. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just so sick of all this. He's sick of it. I'm sick of it. And so anyway, I go in today. So I called him before and I said, I made this appointment for the crown, but I need to be seen for something different. But I had an appointment today. So I was like, I need to be seen because I chipped this tooth right here. Underneath, I chipped. Don't chomp down on hard candy. Everyone knows not to do that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I chomped right down on it and it came right. It was bonding. I don't think it was my actual tooth. I think it was bonding. He said he could see bonding material. So I'm sure, I think I didn't even pull all of it off, just part of it. Thank the Lord. So anyway, so I went in today and he put that back on. It was actually a pretty quick appointment. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what brought this up, but I told you over and over how highly I think of him. And he knows. He's very blunt and I'm very blunt. We're both very blunt people. In fact, I feel like we're a lot alike. A lot. Did I already say when he first met me? I can't remember what I said. When I first met him, he said, you're so much like my wife. Well, I didn't know his wife very well. So I know it's a compliment, but I did not know. I don't know exactly what that means. I was like, is she super blunt? Because I'm super blunt. So all these months, especially since June, mostly just since June, I'm like, I don't think I'm like her. I think I'm like you. And I haven't said that to him, but I really think I'm like him. I think we have a lot in common. It's kind of strange. So, I don't know how to say this without, I'm going to start bawling, but, with the holidays coming up, this was like the sweetest thing he could have ever said to me. And to pick today when Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks, he said, I don't know. I have no idea what brought this up. I don't know what brought it on. I've been very blunt with him about how I feel about him, but I haven't come out and said, I just love you so much. I've never said that, but I do. I do. But,
but I've been pretty upfront and blunt with him about how I felt about the church situation, how I felt about what he said to that pastor, because he was very blunt. Listen, this is how I know he's blunt. He was very blunt with that pastor. So anyway, out of nowhere, except that I was there today, but I don't know where it came from. But he said, you are the little sister I always wanted. Y'all, my heart has melted. That is like the sweetest thing. The sweetest thing. Because I feel the same way about him. I am so crazy about him. It's kind of hard to explain, but he is just so nice. He has been so nice to me. All these freaking appointments. He has been so patient, so kind. Just, and today it was kind of funny because when I was sitting, you know, I'm always like sitting in that chair. When he comes in and he's standing across, he's like, hey, and he comes in, he stands across there. He's usually behind, he's behind me all the time, but he was like over there. And he usually comes across and talks to me first and then starts. But anyway, so I said, you'll be so happy I'm not here about that crown today. He's like, yeah. And he looked so happy, so happy, probably very relieved that I wasn't, again, complaining about this. So I had texted him that I was still having some issues, but so I'm sure he thought that's why I was there, you know. So anyway, I texted him a few days ago, I guess, or a week ago, I think. Anyway, my heart melted. I'm like, where did that even come from? Okay, so the funny thing is, I think I was just in complete and total shock that he said that. Although, like, I feel exactly the same way about it. He can be my big brother all day long if that's what he wants to do. I adore him. His wife is very sweet. He's very sweet. They've got 2 kids. The son works with him. He's very nice. I've gone to the other dentist. One dentist is his nephew. One is his son. I've been to both of them. Very nice people, all of them. And I'm sure, I haven't met the daughter, but I'm sure she's also very nice. So anyway, all of that to say, he'd be my big brother any day of the week. Fine with me. Love it. But it's just kind of interesting timing for him to say that, because really impeccable timing, because we're coming up on holidays. And without just getting into a lot of detail, holidays have always been, before anybody passed away or was sick, holidays have been very difficult for me. I loved my mom to death. Y'all know I loved my mom, but she was a bit of a difficult person, and anything that stressed her out, like a holiday, made her a lot worse. So, you know, on a good day, she was great. On a not so good day, mediocre. On a holiday, it just wasn't the best. I wish we had wonderful holidays, but to me, a lot of them just weren't. And I was under a lot of stress, and she would, you know, her expectations would be, you know, way up here, and you could deliver about right here, right? So she's up here, and you can deliver maybe to here if you're lucky, you know, if you're doing what you can, and you're stressed and you're trying to cook, and I don't love to cook, and I'm not that great of a cook, and that kind of thing. And it's like, my sister is like a gourmet cook, so I feel like my sister can just throw these meals together. She's just fantastic, and I'm over here barely cooking. So you know, everything I do is very simple, right? I should have brought Kleenex in here. Very simple. So anyway, just the timing of him saying that to me was really, really good timing. I don't know how much I've told y'all about my brother, but my brother passed away. I actually had a brother. I had a brother who had cancer. I think I've told you this, but he passed away. I'm terrible with years. I think it was, you know, like in the past, I'm terrible with all that, but I think it was 2001 when he passed away. I was around 30 or 31 when he passed away, I think. 32, something like that. And so it's been, if 2001 is right, it's been 24 years since he passed away. And because of some circumstances, we were really close to him when I was small. He was 9 years. See, this is the interesting part, really, to me. It's so interesting because my dentist is older than me. I don't know exactly how old he is. Okay, so I'm 56. His wife just turned 65. So that kind of tells you she's 9 years older. I'm guessing Spencer and I are the same age, but I'm guessing he's probably a little bit older than her. So maybe he's 67. I don't know. So there's that age gap. Like my brother, 9 years older than me. He's probably 9, 10, 11 years older than me, something like that. So see, he doesn't know this. I don't think he knows anything about me having a brother. I don't think I've ever mentioned him, you know, where he would have, we're Facebook friends. Maybe he saw something, but I don't talk about him much on Facebook because, you know, he passed away so long ago, and I'm not on good terms with his kids. His wife hated us, literally hated us. So when I was 9 years old, my brother went to college because he was 9 years older. So that made him 18, right? So when I was 9, he went to college, and then he married her when he was, I think it was like right, like Spencer, he was right out of college. I think he was 22. And really, I just didn't see him that much after that. And then he got sick. I saw him right before he passed away. So it was not right before, but before he went into a coma, thankfully. At least I got to talk to him. I saw him before he went into the coma. My parents went back. He was in a coma. So terrible. But my sister-in-law was a horrible person. I just can't stress that enough. She was terrible. So I just really had no relationship with him at all after. That would have put me, 9 and 4th. So I would have been about 13 when they got married. No relationship to speak of since then. I got Christmas presents from them or whatever. I bet that, you know, I don't think I even got them every year. It was probably sporadic, which was fine. I don't care about that. But anyway, all that to say that he could not have known what he said to me, how impactful that was, and how special it is, because I didn't expect him to say that. I know he likes me. It's very obvious. He likes me a lot. I like him a lot. That's all very obvious. But the fact that he said that, I'm just like, I'm just humbled. First of all, I'm just very humbled, but I'm just blown away. I'm honestly blown away by what he said. So, but did I already say I didn't really respond, but we continued talking, but I think I just sort of glossed over what he said. I don't know if I passed out. I mean, I heard exactly what he said, but I didn't say, "Oh, that's amazing," or "I feel the same." I didn't say, "I feel the same way." I think I just ignored him. Isn't that terrible? But I wasn't ignoring him. He was right there, and then I was still talking to him. So I don't know. I think I was just stunned. I think I was just completely and totally stunned. Didn't expect it. I don't know. It's very strange. It's humbling. I don't know. It's very humbling. Anyway, that's my story time today. I'm sorry I'm crying through the whole thing. It just, between my mother and her death and I still can't talk about Ranger really still. I don't even like to think about him. I know that's terrible. It's hard to think about, it was a huge loss for me. I really wanted Ranger to live long enough for my parents to go. I know that sounds weird and terrible, but I really needed him. So it's okay. I mean, I've actually done really well this year, but just talking about him is just, it's hard. It's really hard, but it's all kind of wrapped up in what I wanted to tell you. Just the whole year was yuck. And then, putting all these pests to sleep, and then my mom immediately, and then I didn't even mention this part, but finding out once mom was gone, I didn't understand how bad dad was. I knew he wasn't at the hospital much. I'm so sorry. I'm just snotting everywhere. I knew he wasn't at the hospital much, but I did not know how bad he was until she was gone, and then I had to start dealing with him. And that's when I found out how really dire the situation was. But he is a lot better now. I've got him on a sleep schedule. He put himself on it, but I was the one that was like, I said over and over, you have got to go to bed. Whatever you have to change in your schedule, you've got to do it so you can go to bed and get some rest. Because he was not getting enough sleep. It was causing a million problems. It was just horrible. So anyway, I'm sorry that I blubbered through this entire thing. I think you probably understand. The ones of you who've watched me for a long time, you understand. But I just cannot tell you what... He has no idea what he said would impact me like this. I mean, he'll probably... I don't know if I'll tell him or whatever, but he would never be able to understand the thing with my brother. the fact that I don't have a brother anymore. You know, he has no. I think he knows my sister, so I think he knows. He knows I have a sister. He knows my mom has passed away, and I'm taking care of dad, and then I have a sister. That's what he knows, and so there is no way in this world he could know how impactful one sentence was today, on today of all days, when we're coming up on these holidays, and I've got to pull it together. I will say, you know, when mom died, it was a relief because she was so sick, and it was killing me. It was literally, I don't know how people do it for years. I have a friend who took care of her mom that had dementia in her home for years. I don't know. And she was bedridden. I don't know how she did it. I don't even know if her mama could even talk. I really don't know what the situation was, but I know she had her in her home for years, and I don't know how. It's just, I don't know. And she also, at the same time, she had a horrible marriage. Her husband was abusive, very abusive, to the point one of our friends had called the police to try to get her some help. It was that bad. So abusive is bad, but if we're calling the police, that's horrifying, right? So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get a Kleenex and blow my nose. I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening. I really wanted to talk about this today while it's fresh on my mind. I didn't really want to wait until I wasn't blubbering. I probably would have blubbered anyway, but I didn't really want to wait. I wanted to just go ahead and talk about it. I hope y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.